What's up, guys? I hope everyone's doing well. So today I am back with another get ready with me because I'm just doing my hair. But yeah, I wanted to do today. I was thinking of doing like the half stitch braids in the front and then have my curls out in the back. I've been outside a lot, so I'm just like trying to get my hair out of my face. So let's get right into it. I'm just gonna start by sectioning the front part of my hair and just going all the way down to the back of my ear. And I've never done this style on me before, I don't think. At least not on myself. So if it turns out ugly, I'm sorry. And I'm just gonna tie the back of my hair out of the way. I think I'm gonna do like a diagonal part and then have these ones coming this way and these ones going this way. We'll see. We're just gonna go with it. So I wanted to discuss today, or kind of just talk about, just because it's been on my mind, but I don't know, it's bothering me how much the more I'm on social media, the more I see how toxic it is and how unhealthy it is for people in general, but especially women. I recently deleted like the TikTok app off my phone because for one, I was spending way too much time on it. But before I deleted it, I kept seeing this beauty filter, and if you have TikTok, you probably know what I'm talking about. And it's just a filter that makes you like look pretty or whatever. And when it first came out and when I first started seeing it, it was people saying like, this is ridiculous, like this isn't what I look like. And then it turned into something where it was like, this is now normal and this is the filter that we're gonna use because it makes you look good. And I thought it was so crazy because our standard of beauty has literally become something that is unattainable. Like the beauty standard is unrealistic. And I seen this filter and I can't lie, I was like, how much can this change your face? So I put it on and oh my gosh, I literally looked like a different person. And immediately when I took it off, I felt insecure. Like it literally just makes like your eyes bigger, your lashes more voluminous, your lips bigger, like it just gives you like doe eyes, blushy cheek. And obviously it's just a filter, but I realized that like in this day and age, we're constantly told that we are not good enough and we have to look a certain way that isn't who we naturally look like. Whether it's a different body type, a different hair type, skin color, or whatever the case may be, we have these standards and we go on our social media, whether it be Instagram or TikTok or whatever it is, and constantly end up comparing ourselves to people who aren't us. And I think that's the biggest thing, is realizing that everyone's different and everyone's made differently. And that's the beauty of it, you know what I mean? Like we're not all supposed to look like one person, because for one, that would be boring. And two, it makes us unique. I'm just realizing how difficult it is to really be confident in yourself in this day and age when you're constantly comparing yourself to somebody else or being told you're not good enough or you're not hitting that beauty standard that we're given, because we accept the beauty standard that's given to us. Whatever is new on social media, that becomes the new standard. Whatever ends up trending on our feed, that becomes the new standard. And I feel like you would think in 2022 we'd be more accepting of each other and accepting of ourselves, because that is the new era we're in, is loving yourselves and self-growth and being the best version of yourself and accepting people for who they are. But what I realized is it's a front. Say people are more self-reflecting, but it's more we're realizing it, accepting it, and just sitting in it. And sitting in our insecurities and sitting in our issues. It becomes an unhealthy cycle because there's never any healing. that is involved, because I find a lot of people are more open about their problems, and once you find someone that's open about the same issue as you and you can relate to that, which is great, but you end up sitting in it rather than growing from that, you know, realizing the issue, understanding it, and then growing from it afterwards. We kind of just hold on to those things that keep us down. But yeah, that's one thing I think that we have definitely missed as a generation, is not only seeing our flaws and accepting our flaws and loving ourselves for who we are, but also healing and growing and learning to be the best person that we are instead of putting band-aids on ourselves. But yeah, the thing is it is a struggle to love yourself for who you are, and I realize it's something you have to train yourself to do every day. Like, whenever I don't feel good about myself, I don't go and put makeup on my face, because that's just putting a band-aid over the issue. And I don't know about you guys, but the reason I don't wear a lot of makeup or anything is because, well, one of the big reasons is because when I put makeup on and I take it off, I feel like crap. I literally feel so insecure about myself. So that's something I try to stay away from, and doing lashes and all that stuff, because I'll tell you that the first time I did lashes was maybe like, it was for my birthday. It was like, I don't know, like 6 months ago or something. And I was avoiding doing it for so long because I knew I would like them. So I didn't do it for so long. And when I finally did it, oh my gosh, when I took them off, I felt like a naked mole rat. Like, I felt so bad about myself naturally, and I'm like, how is it that I now feel bad about a body that was given to me and created by God? Like, you know what I mean? And it was something where when I did that and I saw myself and I felt like a naked mole rat, I went into training mode of starting to love myself again, because for me that's most important, is being comfortable in the skin that I'm given. So it wasn't like I just started putting falsies on to kind of help me feel less insecure or put mascara on. I just let myself look like a naked mole rat until I learned to be comfortable with me barefaced again, because it's something I have to train myself to do every day, is tell myself you're good enough, and tell myself this is okay. This is what was given to me, and it's okay. And I find it's something that isn't preached enough. Like, anyone can do whatever they want. Anyone can put makeup on. Anyone can put fillers in. It honestly doesn't matter. But I think the most important thing is being able to love yourself first. Just completely as you are, as you were given. Just love yourself first. Like, but it is hard, and it is something I find myself having to like teach myself every day and train myself every day. Because it's not easy when you're living in a world that tells you this isn't good enough, or you need to be doing this to look beautiful, or you need to be have a certain shape to be appealing or whatever. It was something I thought I had in the bag for a while, even growing up, especially because my mom never let me wear makeup when I was growing up, when I was younger. So I always had to learn to be okay with what I looked like. And it was nothing I was ever able to hide from or mask, because I wasn't allowed to wear makeup. I wasn't allowed to straighten my hair growing up, so it wasn't like an easy fix where if I felt insecure I could just throw something on to make me feel better for the time being. So I was kind of forced to learn growing up, and I thought I had it in the bag of having confidence. But I realized I was slowly getting picked away with being on social media and stuff, and seeing other people and starting to compare myself to other people and not feeling like I was good enough. And I remember I came home that same time when I got lashes done. I came home and my mom will still get on me about freaking if I put any kind of makeup on my face, but she'll always have something to say about it. But I remember her just asking me like, why are you doing that? And I was like, I just wanted to look nice. Like, it was my birthday. And she's like, why do you feel like you have to do that to look nice? Like, you do look nice. And I was kind of, in the moment, I was like, no, like, it's not something I do often. It's not something that, you know, I feel like I need to do, but I just want it to look a little bit, you know, nicer. And she kept saying, like, no, you're not getting the point. Like, you do look nice. You don't need that. Like, that's not you. That's not even, you know, that's something you're adding on to you. That's not already you. Like, why do you not feel like you are good enough? And I was like, I do. I was like fighting with her, and I'm like, I do feel good enough. Whatever. And then, like, I started really thinking about it and realizing that that did stem from some type of insecurity of feeling like I needed to do that to make myself look better. It's kind of like, why? Like, why isn't this good enough in all aspects of life? Why can't I go to a party and just look like this? Why can't I go to a wedding and just look like this with what I'm given, you know? And I don't think there's anything wrong with dressing up or, you know, getting stuff done, but I think just the concept of knowing you are good enough before any of that stuff. Like, you don't need that to be good enough. Like, you are good enough as you are, period. Like, the fact that we were all made differently, that just shows that we are supposed to be unique. We're not supposed to be fitting into this box that we are given. We just keep seeing something over and over again labeled beauty, and then we're like, yes, that's what beautiful is supposed to be. But no, we were born beautiful. We were all born beautiful, unique, and different, and that's the beauty in it. But yeah, it's just sad because realizing that the world we live in, where we're supposed to accept each other for how we are, I realized that we're more accepting of being able to change our flaws rather than accepting our flaws and accepting us for how we are. Instead, it's more like, yeah, do whatever you want. You want to change your whole body and go under surgery? Do you. And mind you, do you. But I think there's a huge importance of being able to love yourself. Like, instead of us just telling us to just do us, like, I think we need to start having the conversation more of love yourself, you know? Like, what other people think doesn't matter. What the beauty standard today is, it probably will change in the next couple years or so. And I think the biggest thing is you're never going to be happy with how you look on the outside if you're not happy with how you are on the inside first as well. Gaining confidence doesn't always come from the outside. I think we all have to kind of change our standard in our head of what beauty is. It's not necessarily from an outside perspective, but also who you are on the inside, and constantly working on yourself to become a better person, to become a more confident person, to become more loving, to become more joyful, more happy, more peaceful. And I think that exceeds anything, no matter what you look like. Because I know, especially as females, I know, and I know you know, that if you don't think a man is that attractive on the outside, but he has confidence and he can hold himself and he just has that demeanor to him, you'll think he's attractive. I can tell you that 100%, 10 times over. So I think that's something that we forget a lot, is that beauty stems from the inside and it reflects itself outwardly. The most important part is loving yourself, and not only loving yourself and just accepting yourself for who you are, but working to be the best version of yourself inwardly and even physically. Like, I think when you take care of your body and you learn to truly love yourself, because if you truly love yourself, you will put the proper things in your body. You will start to exercise more for your own health and your own well-being. You'll start to drink more water because your body needs water to survive. And just by doing those things, it's gonna affect your outward appearance. And you'll literally just start to radiate. Honestly, even just starting to get more comfortable with how you look like, and even just going to grocery stores just as you are, don't put anything on, just clean face, fresh face, and getting used to loving yourself and getting used to your face and your body for how it is, you'll learn to accept it and you'll learn to love it. Like, when you don't give yourself a way out of masking insecurities or your flaws, you eventually learn to accept them. And that's something that I realized, like, things I was I may have been insecure about, like, I really couldn't care less, because as long as I know I'm the best version of myself, then what can anybody say after that, you know? Then what can I tell myself after that? I'm gonna keep complaining about a way that I don't look when it's not physically possible for me to change how I appear to people or how I look. So what's being upset about it gonna do? The direction this world is going is scary, because I think about my nieces, I think about my future children and what they're gonna have to go through growing up, and I don't want it to be this toxic world where they're constantly feeling like they have to change. I honestly feel like I'm kind of lucky with the fact that I wasn't given a way out. Like, my mom's never let me do all that stuff growing up, because it gave me a good foundation, and just the fact that I don't like relying on anything to make me feel good. And I think that's one thing that helped me a lot. Whether it even be like, let's say coffee, like I don't want to have to rely on coffee to make me awake or something like that, or I don't want to have to rely on alcohol to make me have a good time, or I don't want to have to rely on putting something on my face or wearing certain clothes to make me feel confident, because once all that's gone, or let's say I don't have access to that, then what are you left with? So that's something that I've always had in my head, is I don't want to have to feel like I rely on something, which is why even with the lashes, I did that and I didn't do it again. Like, I forced myself not to do it again, because don't get me wrong, they were gorgeous, I love them, but at the same time I don't want to have to rely on that to make me feel beautiful and confident. But yeah, I just want to be here and have the conversation, because I don't think a lot of people talk enough about just being good enough as you are, because you are good enough as you are. You are beautiful as you are. You are made how you were supposed to be made. And the more you realize that, and the more you start being comfortable in yourself, it's really freeing, to be honest. Like, when you stop comparing yourself to other people and just stop caring what you look like all the time, it really is freedom. Because it's exhausting having people's opinions in your head all the time and thinking what other people think about you. It is exhausting. When you finally accept yourself for who you are and what you're given and what God has blessed you with, I don't know, it's a different kind of peace for sure. And it's something that I still struggle with, but I'm, again, working to be better every day, right? It's not about being perfect, but being better than you were yesterday. And I asked a couple of you guys on Instagram, like, what helps you guys feel confident, and I thought I would share them, but someone said, practice not caring what other people think. And that is huge, because it is a practice. That's the thing. It's not something that you just say once to yourself and all of a sudden you don't care what people think. I find it's like an actual something you have to tell yourself every day, like, don't care what they think. It doesn't matter. Don't care what they think. It doesn't matter, because their opinion does not matter. Another person said, dress really good, look in the mirror, and say positive things about yourself. I think that's important too, is just saying good things about yourself instead of always pointing out. I find we always point out the flaws in ourselves. So look yourself in the mirror and point out things that you actually like about yourself, or just learn to appreciate what you look like as a whole. And again, it's not always about outer beauty, but just saying, you know what, I'm a happy person. That's a good thing about myself. I'm caring. I'm nice. I don't know, whatever it is. I'm unapologetically me. Those are all positive things that you can say about yourself that's going to instantly make you feel better about yourself and more confident. And someone said, working out daily. And I think this goes into what I was saying about being the best version of yourself. Like, even if it's not working out to, you know, look a certain way, but just working out because you love yourself and you love your body that you're given, and you're gonna take care of your body, and from that you're gonna become more confident, because you're gonna be more fit, and you're just gonna overall feel better about yourself. And that's something I had to do, was stop working out to try and change yourself, because that's again telling yourself you're not good enough, and start working out because you love yourself. Knowing that life is short and none of what anybody says matters, because you are you. And yes, oh my gosh, realizing that you are you and you can't change that. And when you realize that literally what anybody says doesn't matter, or what anybody thinks about yourself doesn't matter, because they're not the ones bringing you happiness. Like, at the end of the day, some people are gonna find you pretty, some people are gonna find you beautiful, some people are gonna find you ugly, people are always gonna have opinions at the end of the day. But knowing your worth and knowing who you are, that's what's gonna keep you happy. Someone said, when I tell you that's the biggest thing, is that we're constantly comparing ourselves to other people. And it's sad, because why? Like, what benefit does that bring you? And if you have to delete social media to stop doing that, or unfollow some people to stop comparing yourself to others, do it, because it's not worth your peace and it's not worth your happiness. What I find worked best with that for me and not comparing myself to other people is, someone else's beauty doesn't mean you're not beautiful. Someone else having their success doesn't mean you're not successful. And don't be bitter about it. Be happy for them. Like, they're doing their thing. They're doing it amazingly, and good job. Like, be genuinely happy for that person, but also know your worth. Like, know yourself, know your worth. You just comparing yourself to someone else and being upset about it is just gonna make you bitter. But yeah, and I saw these little clips from the dollar store, and I thought they were cute, so I picked them up. Look at how cute these are. They had like different colors and stuff. But the thing is, they only had one of each color in each package, so I ended up getting like a lot of packs. But yeah, I'm just gonna put these in because I want to feel like a girl. But yeah, anyways, sorry about my spiel, but I just think we all, as a whole generation, need to start loving ourselves so much more than we do, and growing and healing instead of just masking the hurt and the insecurities. I think we all need to just do better, not just for ourselves, but for the next generation after us. Like, what kind of influence are we giving them, you know? I'm just gonna refresh my curls and I'll be right back. But yeah, guys, this is the finished look. It's giving very much spring right now, which is perfect timing. Yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any suggestions of what you want me to do next, leave it down in the comments. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. But yeah, moral of the story, you are good enough, you're amazing. I hope you guys stay positive and have a good day.